Very good day. We will be doing a demo on Schmitt trigger using op-amp 741. Now you can see the Schmitt trigger. This is experiment number 6 in your list of experiments. Now you can see this is the circuit which is drawn in your manuals. The same circuit we have connected on the breadboard using a using a 741 op-amp. So here you can see we have connected. Now the input to a Schmitt trigger should be greater than the sum of UTP plus LTP. Okay. Now here we have taken UTP of 3 volts and LTP of 2 volts. So 3 plus 2 is 5 volts. Therefore the input should be greater than 5 volts. We have kept the input as approximately 10 volts. Okay. Greater than 5 volts, approximately 10 volts we have kept the input, which is sine wave at 1 kilohertz of frequency. Excuse me. Fine. So the voltage, the source of the voltage is adjusted to plus and minus 12 volts because it is an op-amp. So it's a fixed power supply we are using over here. Okay. So now we have connected channel X to the input. You can see pin number 2, and we have connected channel Y to the output, which is pin number 6. Okay. Now the output of a Schmitt trigger is always a square wave irrespective of what is the input. So you see, the moment I switch on the input, I should be able to get the output. So you can see the output over here is square wave. Okay. And I am going to see both in dual. I am going to adjust both. So you can see over here I have kept both at ground terminal. Okay. And I am going to adjust the ground. Okay. Once I adjust the ground, back to normal. So here you can see, so the input is around 10 volts because I have kept this at 5 volts over here. This also I have kept at about 5 volts. So the input sine wave is 2 into 5, which is 10 volts, and the output is equal to plus and minus Vset of the op-amp. Now plus Vset of the op-amp is VCC minus 1. We have taken VCC as 12 volts. So VCC minus 1 is 11 volts, and minus Vset is VEE plus 1. So minus 12 plus 1 is minus 11 volts. So from the 0 terminal it is 1, 2 and above. Similarly over here, so totally we should get about 20 volts. Okay. Now you can see the UTP when this input increases, wherever the output crosses the input is your UTP, and in the other way when the input is going down and wherever the output is crossing the input, it is your LTP. So how to calculate the value of UTP and LTP? We have to see the hysteresis curve. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to take the times per division scale and I am just going to put it in XY mode. So when I put it in XY mode, I get something like this. Okay, you can see over here something like this. So I am going to adjust the 0 point over here. Okay, and from 0 to this point will be my UTP. So UTP over here is 1.8 into 2, which is around 3.6 volts. And LTP on the other side is 2.2 into 2, which is around 4.4. So we have to make a note of UTP and LTP. Similarly, we have to make a note of plus Vset and minus Vset. Draw the hysteresis curve. Also, we have to draw the input and output waveforms.